Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Berean. And today I've got some good news and some interesting news surrounding a single indie game. Now, we're going to be talking about Bioprototype, and it is free on Steam for the next 2 months. It is still available on Epic, a paid if you want to pay for it. Um, but the reason it's on Steam for free for 2 months is kind of interesting, and you don't really get to see, well, no one really publicizes, the behind the scenes stuff from developers and publishers and things like that. What this is Bioprototype has made, the company that makes it has made two games, and uh, they went with the new publisher on the second game, Bioprototype, and the publisher did something against Steam's rules, some sort of violation. So anything that they were a part of got removed from Steam. So the dev team had to resubmit everything, and now, as kind of a, hey, sorry, we had to have it pulled. Everything's been reset, and like on Steam, it's Bioprototype, one word. On Epic, because the publishing partner still has credibility there, didn't violate everything on Epic. It has a dash between Bio and Prototype, so it's the same game depending on where you look, but it's the same people. So what happened? So apparently, back in 2024, the publishing team did something, had some sort of violation. They got all the games that they published removed from Steam. And this post is on, I'll put a link to the game, of course, so you can get it for free. And this is right underneath the post of what it is and how it we'll just kind of go brief through it. So you can read it, and it details, how they didn't check the risks of the partnership. They didn't understand how to manage this crisis and what they did and the mistakes they made, and the reason that it took so long to, you know, go through all the legal hurdles to get their game relisted on Steam. And it's kind of interesting. And so basically that's the synopsis. And so they decided, hey, if you purchase it for free, technically it's a purchase, even though it's free, you'll also get a discount to the bundle of the games, which is awesome. So whenever you buy the bundle, it's 20% off whenever you buy their other games in the bundle. That's pretty cool. And they just go through and just saying, hey, this is what happens. And it gives a kind of a more in-depth breakdown of what's going on and what happens between some indie developers and publishers. And I think it's an interesting insight to look into it for gaming purposes, and as gamers and as people of just kind of like, hey, why is this happening? This is not a game that I heard of. This is just a topic I saw on a Reddit thread, and I was like, really interesting. So I went and looked, and sure enough, so I purchased the game, well, technically for free. See, it's already in my library. And let's take a look at the trailer so we can kind of see what kind of game Bioprototype is. Let's do it. So it's like a hack and slash where you can get items, mutate your character to have special abilities and do other abilities and go through the levels. You got different starter base prototypes, and you can modify it and kind of hack and slash your way through these worlds. So there's lots of developmental trees and mutation trees that you can build off of your bioprototype to enhance and fight with different abilities and different tactics. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we don't need to watch it again. My bad. So that's what it is. And this is not a game for everybody, and I get it. And it's not really one that I play all that often. Honestly, if it was, I'd be more likely to purchase a game like this for my phone. Just to have something to play while I'm sitting in an airport or sitting in a waiting room somewhere, just to kind of, it's like I've got several games like that, like a word search and a couple other games that are just like, little puzzle games and things like that. They just kind of keep the brain occupied instead of going into boredom. So this is kind of a cool, auto battler type hack and slash action game. And this is kind of cool because it's free for 2 months as an apology to people that previously got it. Because now, I mean, everything reset for this game, all the reviews, everything, all the stats for Steam got completely erased. So they're having to rebuild this up. And it's been out for over a year, but now it's free for the next 2 months. And does it say exactly? Forgot when it says it, but it's I think it's May 20th, which is which was technically yesterday because now it's May 21st, through June 20th. So this month and next month. Was it July 20th? July 20th. I'm sorry, not June. July 20th. So for 2 months, it's free. And you can come down here. Let's click over here and see. So there we go. See, there's the series right here. It's 20% off, 31% because you already own the Bioprototype. So yeah, there's three. There's BioWeaver and BioWeaver DLC. So this is 35% off, and the DLC's 99 cents. So literally, I got a few bucks in my you save bundle discounts 20%. So you save a $1.11. No biggie. But I mean, if you wanted to get it, and support this dev that's like, hey, things got messed up on the behind the scene things, but people that like our game and enjoyed it, we want to give it back to you and to other people so you can enjoy it and give you a discount. And this is how devs continue to build their reputation. And with improv games, this just builds their reputation, and I'm here for it. So good job, guys. Please check them out. Please, give them a little bit of a good review if you like the game. It's going to help this indie dev get back on its feet and get things going, so they don't have to close their studio, continue making fun games, and even for the whole bundle. I mean, out the door, you can buy their catalog for $4 because one of them's free already. So that's cool. That's just kind of I wanted to share with the kind of the inside thing behind devs and publishers. Things go wrong behind the scenes, and it's something. And sometimes with indie devs, it's really hard because they're not a big company, so they make the product and they partner with someone else to publish it for them. You see a lot of companies do this with apps and stuff like that. Like some people like, oh, this company has this app. Well, 9 times out of 10, an app person doesn't work for that company. They create someone like we bundled all this information, got everything, but someone actually publishes it to the app stores and things for them because they've got licenses, and it's so much easier to do through a publisher than do it independently. Independently is doable. Like I said, it is here, but it is a lot more work, and it's like you have to hire a full-time person to do that. It really is. I've done it on the mobile app side, and trust me, Working with Google is nothing. Working with Apple, I'd rather have a root canal in every one of my teeth again. Um, Not again, but I'd rather have root canals in all my teeth than work with Apple again. I mean, it's just beyond frustrating. But it's one of those things that you need one person to do it and can concentrate solely on that. And that's why that partnership between indie devs and publishers exists. So they don't have to spend so much time and resources finding a person to do that when this publisher has this whole infrastructure already set up to take a game and publish it for an indie dev. So that's just kind of the cool behind the scenes thing of, this is what really happens. And hey, now we don't have to worry about it. We kind of get more a good look into it. Just kind of a casual. They're not very, they're not heavily critical about the publisher, except, hey, they did something and what they did hurt us. And that's a risk. And it's just kind of cool to see that they're upfront about it. Hey, yeah, we're back, but here's what happened. And they're not just terrible on the publisher, which is good because you don't want to come off as, some whiny developer that is just blaming all their problems on somebody else. This is a legitimate problem that happened to them. And I do think they in their little post, it was very well done. Like, okay, they did something wrong. It affected us. Here's what we did wrong. Here's we won't say specifically what they did wrong because they don't know. Because the information was given to the publisher, not to them. So they don't know exactly what they did wrong to violate Steam policy, but they did something and now, boom, they suffer the consequences. And that stinks. That stinks on so many levels. It's not even funny. But they did a cool thing and they're doing a cool thing and continuing developing games and just being out there for the gamers that they love. And I'm here to support them come payday. I've got a trip to pick up my kids. So after payday, I'll go ahead and pick up the bundle to show my support for these awesome indie devs. And I hope they have an amazing, successful career and continue to make fun games for people that love these hack and slash action games. And I haven't played one in a while, and I look forward to playing it just to show my support for these guys. So until next time, my friends, as always, love you all. There's nothing you can do about it.